Oh my God, we're live. We are live. All right. Soundbooth Theater. Soundbooth Theater live. That's us. That's what we're doing today. Yeah, look. Yeah. Try and peek in through your binoculars there. Yeah. There. No, like give them a little twisty there. Oh, there we go. There we go. You hear the music bouncing with it?
That's right. Big Jubblies.
Welcome, everyone.
Big Jubblies. Oh, we're live. Hello
We're live.
and welcome. 100%, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Welcome to Soundbooth Theater Live.
We are live.
My name is Justin Thomas James, the poutine connoisseur, and I am here with the incomparable Jeffrey Hayes.
People try to compare me all the time.
They do
It's
try.
impossible.
And they're like a young kind of Nobuo Uematsu. Actually, you know what? I watched a video of Nobuo Uematsu the other day, and I was like, "That's Jeff in like 40 years." Do you know who that is?
No. Who's that?
He's the composer of Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, so why would that be me?
Yeah.
Does he just look like me? Or?
He just looks like you.
Oh, okay.
You just look like him. Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. That's the show. Thank you everybody for watching. We played Compare Jeff, and that's all you're getting today. So
I love how enthusiastic the audience is about that. So today we are gonna be a little bit lazy, not on purpose. You know, I'm
drinking burr.
Oh well, I might have to get something to drink as well.
I'm too lazy
for now, it's just Annie and Gary couldn't make it tonight. It's all right. Sometimes it happens that way. Justin and I will bravely power on though, and we do have some more of Joe DeProfio's. Okay, my brain is blanking. My AntiHero Chronicles episode 3,
yes.
Supply and Demand. That's happening here after our little news section.
Yes.
Pontificate.
Yes.
And
pontificate.
Yes. And then after that, let's see. We don't have an interview. We don't have an author interview to do. Maybe we have a
Joe special interview.
Oh, right. That's right. We're being interviewed by our listeners. Is that right? Yes.
You guys are intimately going to interview us.
Yeah. Be ready. Start setting up questions. Start coming up with questions. Put them in the comments. Put them in the chat, and we'll look for them and we'll
put them in the comments. Put them in the chat. Answer. Put on your fancy funky hat.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper now.
Awesome.
Yes. Right.
Like straight out of the late 80s.
Oh
rapper. Yeah. Like the OGs, the ones who really got it. Right?
OG. What does that stand for again? I'm one of them, no matter what.
I think it's oratory grapist.
Grapist. I love grape. I love graping. I grape all over town. Oh God. Well, speaking of, we got the troll poll.
We do
later on, right?
Yep. And, we'll tie up the show with that.
I guess so.
I think that's quite a packed show for just a two men and a producer and two producers now and
two men in a rain jacket.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go through news real quick. What do we got happening? Anything released today?
No, nothing released today. I think our most recent release is Hallowed Bones Elemental Dungeon Book 3, the final installment of Jonathan Smith's Elemental Dungeon series.
Yeah,
narrated by
cool.
Will M. Watt.
So cool if that's finished up. And is Jonathan was Jonathan the first Portal guy to sign with us, or was that Battlespire?
I think Battlespire was number one.
Battlespire,
and then
Jonathan came along.
Hallowed Bones, yeah.
We
also did the Swordpunk. Gary narrated that.
Stephen Kelleher.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and Gary did narrate that one. So yeah, you guys, a whole trilogy finished. Hallowed Bones by Jonathan Schmidt. If you haven't already, go pick up Bone Dungeon. That's the first of the series. So yeah, that one's out. We have Dungeon Anarchist's Cookbook. That's Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 3. We have are
there actual recipes in that book?
Yes.
Are there actually?
They are recipes. They are not recipes for things that you want to eat.
Oh, okay.
But they are recipes. Yeah, I don't know. There might be some food recipes in there too. He hasn't encountered any yet, or at least he hasn't talked about them. Oh. So,
Okay.
yeah, Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook is doing amazing. The thing about Dungeon Crawler Carl is it's ever since we released book 1, the whole series has been gaining momentum. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so when book 1 came out, it sold decently. When book 2 came out, book 2 like made book 1 look silly as far as, the opening couple weeks. Like it sold 2,000 copies in 2 weeks. Quick, right?
Incredible.
Book 3's even selling even better than book 2 did when it came out. So people are catching on. People know Dungeon Crawler Carl is the thing to check out this year.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
book 4 is
Definitely
coming
check
book 4 is coming any minute now. Matt Dinneman keeps telling me he's gonna send me the damn script. I don't believe him at this point. I think I'm gonna have to start making it up and
just
record the audiobook that way.
improvising. Can you give us a little bit of improvised Dungeon Crawler Carl?
Yeah. So all right, the fourth
chapter
floor.
1.
Chapter 1. Number of followers like 700 trillion or some shit. Number of views like, I don't know, 300 bazillion. There's like fucking, I don't know how to come up with numbers on the fly. Yeah, so there it is. It's a fucking Gnome Castle up in the
All
sky.
right, well,
And,
that is Dungeon Crawler Carl book 4. I hope I didn't register a single word from that, but I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. I'm pretty sure that poor Carl is just wasted for the entire. Should we just like record an entire audiobook wasted one time? Just like take one audiobook and just record the entire thing, just like destroy it out of our minds
100%
and sell it for monies.
I don't know.
Maybe we have to make it for free.
Yeah, we'll make it for free. Oh man, I want to like talk about the word that you just said there. Not the time. Not yet. Not yet. But we have some surprises coming for you listeners here very soon. Soundbooth Theater is gonna go through some changes here, and
changes turn and face the changes. All right. Thank you. Yes, that's the the David Bowie foghorn.
I think
whenever we hear that foghorn, we have to either start singing a David Bowie song or stop singing a David Bowie song.
Time may change me.
Oh, that's the same song.
Yeah. So just keep an eye out, guys. We have something really cool to announce very soon. And it's just we're changing our attitude about the platform, really. So just keep an eye out.
We got a whole lot of to change.
I'm just planting the seed. That's how you plant a seed, by the way. Like a cat.
That's why you're not a gardener. It's very time consuming for you.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, that's enough work. Okay. Big old reminder to like and subscribe. I see a lot of lovely people here in the chat right now. Lots of beautiful faces. You got the prof, you got Dust Jacob, hello. You got Dustin Jackman. Jackman? Jackson. You got Ron Big. Hello. We got Garfield. I remembered your name finally.
Yeah.
Hello. Brandon Tarrant.
So glad.
Yeah,
Finally.
Great. Chris B, Sean McGeehan,
Brinkley,
Nestlane, the Red Jazz Thunders. That sounds like one of my hero names. Yeah, Red Jazz Thunders. Yeah, the Nestlane, Camaro 76, just vibing. I think that's everybody. StreamYard is here as well. Hello, StreamYard. Yeah, that's it. Hello. If you're there and you're listening and you want me to say your name in Arnold, you have like 2 seconds to say hello. But you missed your chance. I'm sorry. But like and subscribe to the video. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So there are 15 people here now, so I think it's better for us to remind everybody real quick after we do our first segment here, which is AntiHero Chronicles episode 3. Right? When should we do the Ask Me Anything type shit? Like right before the song?
Before the song. Oh
yeah. Okay. So let's do that. So you guys come up with
Rich agrees.
a bunch of questions. come up with a bunch of questions, put them in the comments, put them in the chat, and we'll be answering them. And then while we're answering them, you guys can just keep doing that. Keep adding more questions. And
yep.
just keep going. So we need that content.
We will scroll. We have scroll capabilities here.
Mm-hmm.
It's really high tech stuff. Scrolling.
Okay.
Pardon me. What beer am I drinking? That's a great question. Oh wait, we'll save it.
Oh yeah. We'll save it. We'll save it. He almost tricked you.
Well, we're not going to answer that, Ron Big. We're trying, okay? It's hard.
Okay, you ready for this? Many cast members are missing.
Many.
Most importantly, Ms. Annie Ellicott. But I think people tell me all the time that I look just like her.
They do say that.
They say that all the time. So yeah. I think you guys. I think I'm gonna probably fool you guys. I think you'll believe I am Annie when I'm playing her role.
Oh, wait, who's on the buzzer? Is it Rich on the buzzer or is it Ahmed on the buzzer? Buzz once for Rich, buzz twice for Ahmed.
Rich, okay.
It's Rich. All right. Yes, of course. Oh, wait.
What? He said he was rich, and then he said, "Just kidding." So I think it's Ahmed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Ahmed Mahmoud on the sound effects. Rich is taking care of our visuals, I believe, today. And a big thank you to you guys. Everybody, give them a round of applause. They're fantastic. They're absolutely wonderful. They hit every cue. There we go.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get this going. Episode 3 of AntiHero Chronicles by Joe DeProfio.
All right.
I wish you hadn't told me that, Grim. But what's done is done. When you hear the knock, say, "The lame runs." And if the answer is not, when he must, don't open the door.
Isto's voice crackled through the cell phone. And if it is?
Then that's the medic I sent.
All right, then.
Grim, you realize that harboring and aiding Leap could not only land you in jail, but would have gotten you significantly ahead in GSO standings, right?
I know.
So, why?
Because it's the right thing to do. 2 people who don't deserve to be are hurt, and the GSO would sooner identify how to isolate Leap's powers than to make sure she gets the help she needs.
Good enough, then. The supplier wants a meet. 3 o'clock down in the storage yards. Don't be late.
Isto disconnected the call before Sorley had the chance to reply. What does she want now?
So, he came in through the window, broke Cody's arm, then his nose just because?
The intended whispers between Kat and Audrey reached Sorley's ears as though he were sitting in the couch next with them, as though he were sitting on the couch with them.
I don't really know. I tried to call patrol, but Cody slapped my phone away and, well, you already know the rest. And you? What about me? You have a hole in you that isn't supposed to be there, Kat.
Leap sat up quickly, as though she'd forgotten about the wound in her shoulder. She regretted the motion immediately and settled back down on the couch.
Oh, right. Hired by Brandau. He shows up, I kick his ass, then I get shot. That's about it.
Sorley blocked out the rest of the conversation and walked over to Cody, still out cold on the carpet. He dragged the unconscious mass over to the kitchen island and propped him up against it, regretful for a moment that he did not have some sort of cuffs to keep him restrained. But Sorley had his speed and reflexes and can put him out again if needed. He heard the hard soles of Leap's boots approaching across the laminate.
Hey, Grim. Is that what they're calling you?
Yeah, I guess.
Thanks.
Thanks.
For helping Audrey, for not turning me in. You did a good thing.
In the moment that Sorley hesitated, there was a knock at the door. He held a finger up and strode over to it. "The lame runs." Sorley stood at the ready against the door, muscles tensed, ready to punch through and drag whoever was on the other side into the room.
When he must.
Sorley opened the door, and his eyebrows met his hairline. Remedy, the Panacea hero, real name Warren Greer, was standing in the doorway, eyes shifting back and forth along the hallway. Easto must have significantly more pull with known supers than Sorley thought. Not that surprising, given whatever connection he has to the supplier. Sorley stepped aside and invited the man in with a gesture, then shut and locked the door. Remedy was a stocky man with fading orange hair poking out under a green skull cap, jaded blue eyes, and a square jaw. He was wearing a long, puffy jacket, and considering that it was the middle of spring, he was likely using it to conceal his equipment, identity, or both. The large industrial case that he swept out from the garment further proved Sorley's assumption.
What are we looking at?
A gunshot wound. High-caliber round with entrance and exit wounds, significant blood loss on one, blunt force trauma, and a broken leg on the other, as far as I can tell.
And him?
The medic pointed to the slumped lump of asshole in the kitchen. What about him?
I may as well treat his injuries too.
A broken elbow, likely dislocated shoulder, broken nose, and a concussion. Remedy looked at Sorley as if studying him for a moment, then got to work.
Good to see a rookie take the written test seriously for once.
He dug through the heavy-duty case, drawing out an injector and several differently labeled vials. He held each one up in the light and set them each aside into two groups. Reporting is 30% of street-level exam. Reporting is 30% of the street-level exam.
This is going to sting.
Remedy slotted one of the vials into his injector and then pressed the needle into the marred flesh of her bullet wound.
Shit!
Remedy pulled the trigger on the injector and a green foam started to fill the wound. Leap hissed and clamped down on the arm of the sofa. After the injection, Remedy smoothed an opaque blue paste over the wound on both sides.
Leave that in place for 3 days. Don't touch it. Don't get soap on it, and it'll fall off on day 3. It'll have a nasty scar, but everything should work right inside. Gotcha, Doc. Roll up your sleeve, please.
Remedy changed out the cartridge and needle in his injector, going for a translucent red fluid and a finer needle.
Be positive. Very good.
Remedy injected the red fluid on the inside of her exposed arm. Sorley noted the end of a quarter sleeve of tattoos before Remedy pulled the sleeve down.
And that was? A synthetic plasma. It'll amplify your natural blood production for the next couple hours to compensate for the blood lost. Keep your iron consumption low until this evening, and try to avoid any new wounds. Understood? Yes, sir.
Leap offered Remedy a mock salute.
As always, rest in fluids.
Remedy ejected the canister and needle ahead along with the others left in his disposal container. He stood and walked to the other side of the sofa where Audrey sat. Remedy laid his hand on her leg, and a faint glow radiated out of his fingertips.
He must have been wailing on your heart, eh, miss? No, I mean, it was...
Sorley's attention snapped back to the moment. I think the boot prints speak for themselves.
I see. So, you swung in and stopped this?
I did.
That's good. The fracture isn't severe, and even after I treat it, you're going to need to be easy on your feet for a while. Is that something you can do? I think so.
Remedy administered 2 injections and left a small canister of supplements with Audrey, then walked over to Cody.
Grimraven, would you do me a favor and hold him still?
Sure. Sorley strode over and gripped Cody firmly by the unbroken arm and lapel.
I'm going to set the bone and splint it. Then trank him, and we can let patrol handle the rest.
Sorley couldn't help but grin at that. Everyone treated, Remedy gone, and Cody taken into custody by patrol. It was time for Sorley to leave.
Grim?
Leap appeared in front of Sorley. He had to combat the instinct to assume a fighting stance.
Thanks for looking out for Audrey. And, again, for not turning me over. I don't really know why you didn't, but I'm grateful all the same.
I guess you'll owe me one, then.
Guess I will. Be safe out there.
She rested her left hand on her shoulder for a moment before walking back to Audrey's side on the couch. Sorley nodded to Leap before launching himself out of the previously shattered window. The whole ordeal of putting a stop to Cody's abuse had taken much longer than he'd hoped. The sun was well past the midpoint in its arc through the sky, and if he were going to meet the supplier on time and get done what he wanted to in the day, he would have to hustle. The suit compensated and boosted where he wanted it to. It was as simple as planning his route through the skyline and moving. He crossed King's Goff in what seemed like minutes and landed atop his multiplex. Sorley went to open the roof access door and paused. He was still in his supersuit, and he wasn't properly with the GSO. As if in response to the thought, the suit shifted to a pair of well-worn jeans and a black t-shirt. Neat. Sorley tucked his domino mask into his back pocket. He scooped up the collection of envelopes and flipped through the mail. He sorted it into two piles, junk and not junk, before promptly disposing of the latter. None of the mail remaining was too thrilling. Bills, coupons for groceries, and his monthly stipend were just a few of the items left. Sorley took some time to clean the place up, eat something, and shower. The suit, even in the shape of casual wear, still served to keep his movements feeling fluid and controlled. I still need to take some time without this thing. Before long, the sun had set and dense smog obfuscated all but the brightest stars in the night sky. Well, crime isn't gonna fight itself. He opened the window in the back of his apartment and slipped out into the fire escape, the suit shifting from casual to super in an instant as he scaled the metal scaffolding and myriad ladders. As he ascended toward the roof, the temperature started to drop. That's pretty weird. Sorley put the domino mask into place. It was snowing by the time he made it to the roof.
Oh, you're the new one.
The figure waiting in the middle of the rooftop piped up as Sorley crested the final ladder. On instinct, Sorley tensed. As the super approached and the snow moved in sheets, Sorley caught the glimpses of them that he needed to identify just who he was talking to. The glint of bronze armor, a lick of flame, ice blue hair, and crimson eyes. Atreyu, the current #1 champion of the GSO, had sought him out. He was tall and lithe while retaining a statuesque physique and an imposing demeanor. He'd gotten to champion standing in record time and to #1 even faster due to his power over ice and fire, super strength, speed, and durability. No matter who the villain was, they rarely succeeded in damaging him, let alone slowing him down. He had no perceptible weakness. What do you want?
I saw your little tirade on Channel 9. Interesting stuff.
Glad it didn't disappoint. The squall came to a halt, and Atreyu leveled his bow at Sorley. The thing itself appeared to be made from radiant blue ice, with flames dancing inside its core and along on the bowstring.
You're going to take it back.
Like hell I am.
Don't make me do this.
I'm not making you do anything. You're the one bringing violence into the equation.
Seems to be the only language you understand.
I'm well versed. The suit screamed in warning at Sorley. Stop compensating. Atreyu had clearly been doing some homework in the hours since the debut of Grimraven, would be able to track his movements easily, and would plug him full of holes. Sorely lurched to the left, his feet dragged through the sawtooth roof, leaving furrows along his path. The arrow whistled half a foot from where he landed. The sound of the bowstring drawing back and the creak of the bow thundered in his ears. He leaped at Atreyu, which the champion seemed to not expect. Atreyu also didn't expect that Sorely would slide directly into him instead of punching or kicking him. The pair tumbled over each other along the roof. It was as they tumbled that Sorely realized Atreyu was out of his element. He was used to controlling the fight from the outside. Tumbling in close quarters was something he was clearly not accustomed to. The two parted, and before Sorely could lunge again, Atreyu held up a hand.
Just know that you have my attention.
Atreyu leveled the warning before leaping into the air and streaking off. Sorely let out a breath that he didn't know he'd been holding. Yeah, well...
Sorely Grimerson.
The supplier's voice slid into his ears, reactivating the suit's limiters. It's not 3 o'clock yet.
I know, but there was just something in the air tonight, and I didn't want to wait. Not a single moment longer.
Sorely turned to look at her, expecting to see the Ashen avatar she'd used before. What's this all about?
Free fall. It's about free fall.
Hey, all right.
Hell yeah.
There we have it. AntiHero Chronicles, episode 3. Let's bring him out here. Joe DeProf.
I like the new supers that we're meeting. My favorite so far has been Remedy in this particular episode. Yeah, I just like the idea of like he just seems like kind of like you wrote him like a combat medic too. That's what I like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
whatever.
I like doing my research.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you gave me the direction, basically kind of a Thor sound for Atreyu. And he seems like we just don't know really where he's coming from, right? Like we know
Correct.
he's what did it say? It said he reached champion. What was it? Champion status?
Yeah, he reached the champion like rank within the GSO,
right.
And pretty much how that all goes is like champion is like the top tier. They can go anywhere in the world, anytime, as fast as they need to be, and he got to the top of that even faster. So he's pretty otherworldly in a couple of ways.
Right. So I noticed in the chat that people were recognizing the AntiHero Chronicles. Is that because you're posting this on like Royal Road or something?
So I do. So part of my writing process for this, because script writing is something that's still pretty new to me in general, is I kind of write it out in like a novelized form, and then I put those chapters out, or those episodes out on Royal Road. I take them, I put them into Google Docs, because that's where I put everything, and then I go ahead and scriptify it, is what I call it, and that is what Ahmed and I go over to get all the sounds going and things like that before the show.
Right on. So how is it that other people are recognizing? Like they were like, oh wait, this is DeProfio?
Yeah. So Rasta is from the Soundbooth Theater Live Discord server, and we have hung out and gone back and forth over a couple of different recording sessions that we've listened to together. And then Red Jaws Thunders is my wife, and she's right over there. And then a couple other people here are people that I just make sure to remind to be like, hey, so you know that thing that I've been writing, like it's going on tonight. So if you wanted to watch, make sure you swing by. Here's the link to the channel.
Awesome.
Just part of how that works.
Well, thanks for bringing all these people. They
seem
to be enjoying the show as much as we are.
Yes. Yep. They certainly are.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next episode. So you do have a Royal Road, though.
I do. It's just Joe DeProfio, actually. Really easy to find.
Cool. DeProfio. Go check him out on
Correct.
Royal Road. He's already got how many stories you got running at the same time?
I technically have 2 running at the same time on Royal Road. I have Ascendant Online Book 2 in progress. That's kind of like the alpha version of it. It'll be very different by the time it actually goes to like final production. And then AntiHero Chronicles is also up there.
Awesome.
So
Great.
keep an eye out.
Yeah,
There will be
guys,
more there too.
Go check out his stuff on Royal Road. And then you also have Ascendant Online available
I
on
do.
Amazon, right? Book 1.
Correct. It's on Amazon. You can either just look for it on Amazon. Again, just search by my last name. I'm the only DeProfio that's published something on in general, actually.
The thing is,
then,
he's killed the rest of them. There can only be one.
There can only be one DeProf. That is how that works. So there's that, and then dprof.net is my website, which has alternate links to purchasing the book in hard copy and ebook as well.
Perfect. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for
you're so welcome.
coming on. And next month, 1 month from today, another episode. So you guys don't miss it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Joe.
All right.
Joe DeProfio.
All right. So what is next? Do we
What
do another
is next?
Another Ask Us Anything?
I think it's time for some AMAs.
Some AMAs.
AJJAs.
Ask me and the
Jeff,
other dude.
Justin,
So
anything.
AMTOD.
AJJA.
Anything. Yeah.
Oh,
Ajah.
goodness.
All right. So what do we have? Do we have questions?
We do.
We're
have
going to be
questions.
interviewed by our audience.
Yeah.
What do we got? What beer? Oh, right. Start off with the essentials.
Oh, yes. What beer am I drinking? I am drinking Henderson's Best. I know Henderson personally, and I've had some of this kind of questionable beer. You can hear I'm slurring my words, so it's taking effect. There is actually alcohol in this beer. Thank you. Yes. It is brewed in Toronto and drank in Toronto, and it's my favorite kind of beer, which is an amber ale. Because just like obviously I'm not drinking it out of a glass, but when you pour an amber beer into a glass and it's that nice red color, nothing beats that. So if you ever meet me at a convention and you want to slip me a roofie, amber beer, the way to go.
Yeah, that'll completely hide the coloration of the poison for Cusco.
Cusco
specifically.
Cusco?
Yeah, Cusco's poison. Yeah. All right, so why is it none of you can do the Australian accent?
Why is it none of you can do
First
the
of all-
Australian accent properly?
First of all, there were no Aussies in this
No
particular
Aussies,
script.
none of those. It's been a
but-
while.
It's a hard accent,
It's really hard to do.
right, mate?
Yeah, Australian
And
accent is tricky. You know, we
we
actually
actually
took a few lessons,
We took lessons.
and we tried to do it.
Amy
and
Walker.
then Amy Walker taught us. Yeah, and she probably listened to this and be like, "Oh God, what are they?
Yeah.
No, don't
Like,
use my name. Don't-
what are you doing? Don't tell
Nothing.
people to take
Right.
lessons from me
Right.
and then do that shite.
That's
Do they say
right.
shite?
Yeah, no,
Do they say
no,
shite?
I don't think
Aussies?
they do. I don't think they do.
Shit.
I don't know what they say.
They
I
say
don't think
fuck
they
a
say.
lot.
I don't.
They say fuck a whole lot.
Righto. They say righto a lot.
Righto,
too.
they do.
Righto. Yeah, Jaffo.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Ahmed.
Um,
Very nice. Total releases to date.
ooh, that's a good question.
Total releases. That we could find that out pretty easily, I think. Total Soundbooth theater releases.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, what are the parameters here? Because if we just go by my titles, like if I just click Jeff Hayes on Audible, I get 212 results.
Nice.
So I guess
Big chunk of those
212
are Soundbooth
on
theater.
Audible, and a big chunk of those, probably like at least 70, 80
Yeah.
of them are Soundbooth theater. And then, oh Jesus, dude. Wow.
Jesus.
And then how many do we have on the platform? 40?
Good question. No, not
Maybe.
that much yet.
Maybe.
30.
There was like 20 something when we first launched. We have at least 8 from Wendigo Tales. We have The
Oh,
Stars
right.
Rise.
The Wendigo Tales. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe then.
Maybe 40. Maybe 40 titles on the platform. So we're looking at
Holy
250,
moly.
260. Wow. A lot.
James. Somebody count it. Oswin Fox, you'll be responsible for counting us, and we want those numbers by next week.
Yes.
Next 2 weeks. Thank you.
Yeah.
How did you guys get into the audiobook gig? Good question.
It's a little bit of a rerun. But I don't mind.
Yeah,
We can do a
yeah.
short and sweet version.
Short and sweet. TLDR. Let's do the TLDR version.
Yeah. You can. So if you go into our back catalog of Soundbooth Theater Lives, you'll find this question has been asked before, and you can get a more complete answer. But for me, it was I didn't have a real job anymore. I got laid off, and I didn't want to get another real job, so I was on the internet constantly for a long time, just looking for different odd jobs I could do. Like I was doing video editing for a while. I was doing lots of different stuff, but then I finally found voice acting, which actually I felt like I was good at already when I first started. I was wrong, but that's how I felt. And I was just, I did a bunch of like commercial work for a while, and then finally I landed an audiobook gig, and it turned out to pay better than anything I'd done before. It turned out that it was way more fun than anything I'd done before, because I was able to play director and narrator and every character, and it was just so much fun that I just kept going with it, even though it wasn't paying, like it paid well, the first one, but not all audiobook jobs pay well. As like I was lucky to get that first job. But I just kept working at it. And I don't know, it was 100%. It was 100% just fuck it. Let me try this. So that's it for me.
Yeah. That's I was still working when I got into audiobooks. It started out as a hobby, and I just started narrating because I grew up listening to audiobooks. And then I met Jeff, and then the rest is history. I mean, that's the TLDR version of it. But yeah, Jeff got me my very first audiobook before Soundbooth Theater was even a thing.
I heard him with my ears,
with his
that
ear
I
holes.
and
actually, what's funny is that the thing that you heard, it all comes full circle, because the thing that you heard, I posted,
right.
It was
Taran Matharu.
Taran Matharu. It was a story written by Taran Matharu called Summoner Origins. And it was on Wattpad before it was actually published. It's a very popular series. Definitely check it out. And I just narrated the first chapter. Taran was cool with me putting it up on YouTube. I did. Jeff saw it on Twitter. And now Taran is one of the founders of Portal Books, who we work with. We were just talking about them with Hollow Bones and stuff. So it all kind of...
Maybe we should pitch a Summoner audiobook.
Maybe we should. I don't know what the audio drama rights look like on that, but
let's ask them.
Let's ask. We're gonna ask Taran, if you're watching. What do you think?
Yeah,
this is the most professional pitch.
Yeah,
me with a beer in my hand. What do you think? Should we do the audio drama?
I could do it. We can fucking do it.
Book.
We'll make the best audio drama anybody's ever heard. Right? It'd be easy.
Summoner. I don't even know her.
Oh,
boom! Ahmed.
Now we're not going to get the gig. You ruined our pitch.
I love how he turned on his voice just for that. All right, Jeff, what's this one?
Oh, this is a good question, Sean McGeehan. The answer is yes. Small chests are fine too. We will be doing that story. Neven Liev and I had a discussion about this very recently. He's in the process of actually rewriting it. He doesn't, as it is now, he thinks there's too much extraneous stuff. So he's rewriting it, and he's going to be publishing it soon. I think he's aiming for July. So that'll be on Amazon. And here's a little piece. I don't know, you guys might get upset about this, but I think we're gonna recast Fizzy for that one.
That's me.
It gets hard as I get older. It gets harder and harder to do her voice because she's so squeaky. It's become painful for me actually. And do we have a picture of Dory Sachs?
Oh,
we should show a picture of Dory because I want to cast Dory as the new Fizzy. And not only does she sound much like the voice I do, but she looks just like Fizzy too. And like all the way from like the brightly colored like reddish purplish hair to her stature. Like she's like a living gnome. So for sure that there she is. There she is.
there she is.
I mean, that's fucking Fizzy, man. Look
She
at
would
her.
kill that role. She
would absolutely kill that role. So yeah, that will be happening at some point. I don't know who's going to narrate. I'm kind of thinking it would be cool to have like Annie narrate and Dory do Fizzy's voice. I don't know. Maybe Dory can narrate. She did a great job narrating On the Flip Side, one of Pinnacle Entertainment, one of our Wendigo Tales that's on the platform now. It just released last week, right?
It just released last Thursday.
Yeah, so go check out On the Flip Side on our platform if you want to hear what she might sound like as a narrator. What she does sound like as a narrator. So what she might sound like doing Fizzy's book.
Yeah. If we had to live in one of our book series for the rest of your life, which one would I choose? Oh, so that's a tough question. Great question. I would have to say, you know what? I might have to go with it's a toss up between Alchemy and World Tree for me. World Tree would be really cool because I love the idea of jumping from different worlds, but Alchemy is just so meaty. It has so much
dragon riding.
Yeah.
How can you beat dragon riding?
You can't beat that. That's true. But the thing with Alchemy is that it'd be fucking scary because there's shit in that game that's like oh god, it's glitchy and the world has ended, so they're basically running off of a satellite and no admins are fixing it, so it's just getting glitchier and glitchier, and those glitches turn into like schizophrenia, and you can like the main character, he can die and he can be respawned, but every time he's respawned he's like losing parts of himself and getting less and less reserving less of his memory. So I'm like, bad shit can happen in Alchemy, but it would still be a badass world.
Yeah.
Anyways, what about you, Jeff?
Dude, that's really tough because the best books are the ones with the shittiest worlds.
I know, right? That's the thing.
Like, I don't want to be there. Like my favorite series right now is Dungeon Crawler Carl. Never. I don't ever want to be where Carl is ever. Right. So that's a little bit tough. Oh shit.
What about like feedback loop or
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like feedback loop, maybe. Just because that but that's a tricky question, or that's tricky there because wait, if we say feedback loop, do I mean the actual noir part that's all fucked up, or do I mean the Proxima Galaxy, which is kind of a cop out because then it can be pretty much any world I want, I'm gonna say feedback loop, but I'm gonna reserve it and I'm gonna keep thinking about this question and I may change my mind a little bit.
All right.
What's next?
What do we have next? More Amos?
Oh. I plead the fifth on that one. Not a fifth
well,
whiskey.
I'm definitely, I'm 420 friendly. I don't really celebrate it, but it's legal up here, so yeah, I'm friends of people who celebrate it.
Strangest title worked on to date. Thrust.
Oh.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites too. Let me find it. I'm trying to remember the author's name. I think he might have died actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thrust.
Yeah. Yes, Tom Piccirilli.
Tom Piccirilli.
Yes, and it's really, really interesting. It's about this guy who's a poet, and he is dealing with crap, and he
Ooh, yeah.
he's seeing this woman that he met in his rehab time, and like it's just really messed up. I really love it.
Looking it
I don't
up
know, for
now.
whatever reason it didn't do that well, but you know, I'm into weird shit. So, but Thrust by Tom Piccirilli, I really do recommend it. I think you guys should give it a shot.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what mine is. I mean, I would probably have to say, and this is a title that holds a special place in my heart. Transformation. Transformation Online is probably the strangest title that I've worked on. It is like the world turns into an RPG, and just I think some of the some things were adjusted in the translation that maybe didn't translate from Russian to English as you might expect. So there were some turns of phrases that were very surprising to me, and the story went places that I just didn't expect, and it felt very it was very what's the word, like just like 3 a.m, you know, in like high school you're like, it's like 3 a.m. and you're watching TV and there's just some weird show that comes on that's like really intriguing and fascinating, but you don't know what the hell is happening sometimes. It
Yeah.
kind of felt like that, where just like everything was so like, I picture all of the costumes being super elongated and all of the acting being very
What is this one again? What is it called?
exaggerated. Transformation Online, the Russian one that was
Oh yeah,
the Russian
yeah,
one
yeah.
that was translated to English.
That one was fucking bizarre, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the dialogue, it's very uncanny, but it's fun. It's definitely a fun book. What else?
Okay, this one is easier for me to answer. I'm gonna go ahead and go Bioshock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is it? What is it?
Before the
What's it called?
Rapture?
Rapture. Yeah, Rapture is the place.
Oh,
right?
Rapture's the place, right?
Yeah,
Before the shit goes down, or
Yeah, before the socialist revolt. Yes.
right? Okay. All right. I don't know, man. I think even before the socialist revolt, it'd be like, nah, I don't like. I'd be claustrophobic underwater that long.
Oh, but it's so cool, man. Everyone just inventing all sorts of shit, and I just love the aesthetic. You know, I love that.
It is a beautiful game.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. And just I don't know. It's just it's my favorite video game, Bioshock. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you know, I'm just really familiar with it.
I'm going with Final Fantasy VII. Final answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's like slightly. Let's like kind of, what is the word?
I guess it's more
Dystopian?
fantasy.
It's like dystopian though, right?
There's a dystopian city. Like the main city is definitely dystopian, sort of, especially the ghetto where everybody's the slums rather. And it's like a city that is built up above the ground, and then on the actual ground is the slums, but because the city's over top, they don't get any sunlight, so there's actual light bulbs that create artificial sun. Anyways, it's that's cool. That's Midgar, that's the city, but just getting out of Midgar and seeing the entire world and having so many different places to travel and explore, and also being able to level up. I mean, I wish that we could just level up in life. Like, you know, if we're like working on audiobooks and then all of a sudden, like, ding, your narration skill has risen to level 54.
Yeah. And there's like an there'd be like an objective measure, right? Like,
yeah.
Am I getting better? You don't really know. Sometimes you adopt a new technique that you think is cool, but everyone hates.
Right, exactly. But you like do it for an entire audiobook.
Right.
Do you ever do this, Jeff? Do you ever get like inspired midway through a book and then you take this like inspiration, maybe it's like a different kind of visualization or a different way of holding yourself, and then you start that in the middle of the book and then try this new way of narrating. It's not like totally different, but you're just thinking about it differently. Do you do that?
I think
Not to put you
so.
on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's been a while since I've had that kind of technical breakthrough that's not specific to a character type or something.
Right.
You know, like for instance, you know, for like Dungeon Crawler Carl. I keep bringing that up because I'm just obsessed with it. But like that narration style, that voice, I've used that character voice sparingly before, you know. I've always loved Patrick Warburton and I've always loved his delivery style. So like for me, it's kind of like I look for opportunities to use a particular actor in my head as a narrator. I look for those opportunities. I look for jobs for them, you know, when I'm looking for books. And so I think maybe that was just something that was going on with me when I read Dungeon Crawler Carl for the first time. I was like, oh, this is definitely Patrick Warburton who's
Gotcha.
narrating. So,
it's not like you realized halfway through and then started doing Warburton.
No.
Halfway through.
But like, if I come up with an idea like that halfway through a book, I set it aside. You know, if I know it's going to throw it off, and then I'll incorporate that into something new.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm pretty good at, I think, catching myself. Sometimes it'll happen in a character voice, and you know, I won't realize it till I've listened back. Be like, oh shit, his voice changed very rapidly, you know, through these chapters.
Yeah. Well, what I find, I mean, like I hear what you're saying. I find that like there's a challenge in coming to the booth with the same energy that you had yesterday. And sometimes different visualizations or techniques immerse me and engage me differently than they did, you know, the day before. So maybe on Monday, I'm like thinking, I'm like visualizing, like I'm there, I'm with the characters, I can see everything. And then the next day, I'm like, okay, no, I'm in front of an audience today, and I'm, you know, explaining what's happening, and there's like a really amazing set and everything that people can see. And then some days it's like, no, it's these are my words. I'm speaking these words, and they're coming from me. It's not on the page. It's just coming from me, and different kind of techniques pop into my head or encourage me on different days. And I wonder how audible that is. I wonder how much of a change it actually makes, whether or not.
Right. We can hear it because we're constantly listening to our own voices. Right. And maybe some of our fans who follow us specifically may notice it, but I don't think it's that noticeable to most people. For me, it's voice quality. That's always a struggle.
Yeah.
Right. Like
keeping that consistent.
Every day, my voice, it's either in good shape or in bad shape. And, you know, different techniques, like if I'm, you know, depending on the voice that I'm using, the more different my voice is for a particular character, especially if I'm narrating, the more dependent it is on my voice being in really good shape to pull it off. Right. And so if my voice is kind of shitty one day, then I get really fucking frustrated, being unable to hit the notes I need to hit. So yeah, that does happen. And I think my voice is especially unstable. Which is, you know, I think part of what makes things frustrating for me, but also part of what makes me good at what I do. Right. Like that instability is something that I kind of lean into.
You work with it.
Yeah, because I change my voice so much. Like I do so many different characters, that instability, like, it makes it to where it's easier to shift. Right.
Gotcha. Well, why don't we do one more question and then head on over to the final segment. Gary Simmons is here, everybody. Gary Simmons. Okay. So we've got the, if you were to be at a Gamelet setting, what kind of class would we be? You know, I might do something like artificer, honestly. I
Crafting.
like crafting and, you know, collecting materials and then, you know, being able to build cool shit. Again, Alchemy, I just finished pre-read for Spear of Destiny. And there's a couple artificer characters. One of them works on like robots and things, and the other one works on airships, like Sid Highwind from Final Fantasy VII. And I think that'd be so badass. Even though I'm not really a mechanic in real life, I love shit like that. What about you, Jeff?
Can you guess?
Bard.
Yes, that's me.
Ha!
Bard, going Bard for sure. Because I mean, I don't know. To me, for like Gamelet, like if I'm gonna go live a certain lifestyle in VR, yeah, Bard, right? Like that's what it's about. Like all the fucking game, you know, video game shit. Fuck that. I'll play a video game if I'm gonna play a video game. If I'm gonna go live a lifestyle in a fantasy world, Bard. Yes, I mean, I get to play instruments all day, right? Like, and I get to get really good at instruments really quick, right? I get to actually watch the numbers. Okay, yeah, I'm getting better at loot. What do I need to work on? What are the sub skills of the loot, right? Yeah, that's me.
And you buy all of your equipment from me, all of your instruments. The loot artificer. Gary Simmons would pick a monk. There's nothing quite like being the best at fighting naked. Hey, you know what? Being the best at doing anything naked is something worth being proud of.
Yeah, again, Bard.
Also true.
Right?
Oh, God.
Get to practice.
I wasn't expecting that. No. Don't laugh. Are they laughing with me or are they laughing at me? That's the question.
Yeah. You never know what the audience is. Fucking shady assholes, all of them. All of these audience people
the same.
You do.
We're turning on them. I see what you're about, audience. I see your deal. You're not real.
Yeah.
You're a construct.
Yeah. What is this? The Matrix?
Yeah.
Blow that fucking ass, audience.
I figured you out.
All right. Yeah. Be outraged. I don't care. This is our space.
Yo, we ready to plagiarize some Simpsons?
I am so ready. Let's get our plagiarism on. All right. So the Troll Poll people requested Simpsons Planet of the Apes musical. So Justin will be playing the part of Charlton Heston today.
Yes, I'll be Troy
or Troy McClure as Charlton Heston.
Yes,
and I'll be playing the chorus.
Beautiful.
And then I'll try to harmonize. Justin is actually a legit singer. I can fake it.
Not these days.
Oh, really?
These COVID times have really done a number on my singing.
Really?
Oh,
Really? Yeah. You lost it, huh?
I'm rusty as hell.
All right. Well, that's even better because I think the worse we do, the more entertaining it will be. We're gonna just go ahead and play this out. So everybody who has come to our lazy show for today, I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming. We love hanging out with you guys. You know that. And yeah, come back 2 weeks from now. We'll have hopefully Annie will be in. Her schedule will not have been filled. Gary will be with us. We can try AI Dungeon again. AI Dungeon, I've been told, is going through a lot of updates that are not working out great and making it less of a cool game. So maybe we'll do some other Gary's games for a while. Let those bugs kind of flatten out, and then try it again. But next episode will be more exciting. We promise.
We're doing this a cappella, right?
Without the sound.
No sound. It'll get flagged if we do the sound. Oh yeah.
All right. I don't know. It's already on YouTube. Why isn't that?
No, let's do it. But I think it's more fun without too, because then we're just kind of like doing crappy karaoke, you know.
I mean, isn't that?
We got to do our own version. We can't have Troy McClure in the background. That's the thing. I mean, if there was a voiceless version, that would be it. But
okay. All right. Well, I was gonna, depend on the melody from the video, but we could just get it wrong. I don't care.
Let's fucking get it wrong. Let's do this.
Right.
But we can play the video, I guess. Maybe is that going to get flagged too? That might get flagged.
Probably.
Too.
I mean, if the sound is going to get flagged, the video is going to get flagged. But that's us. That's us. Just pretend that's us.
Yep.
And
I'm in the middle there.
Okay. Cool.
So we're starting from Help, I think.
From Help. Here's the lyrics. Help. Where is it? Help. Okay. Help! The human's about to escape!
Get your paws off me, you dirty ape!
He can talk. 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 He can talk.
I can sing! Oh, help me, Dr. Zayas!
Dr. Zayas, 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 Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas.
Dr. Zayas. What's wrong with me?
I think you. Is that? Dude,
that's
I don't know.
That's you.
What's
wrong with me?
I think
Want a
you're
second
crazy.
opinion?
You're also lazy. Dr. Zayas, 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 Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas. I feel like we need this music, man. We need this to make this more fun.
Can I play the piano anymore?
Of course you can.
Well, I couldn't before.
Dr. Zayas. This play has everything. Oh, I love legitimate theater.
Yeah.
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas.
There we go.
All right.
I hate every ape I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee. No, you'll never make a monkey out of me. Oh my God, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. You finally made a monkey.
Yes, we finally made a monkey.
Yes, you finally made a monkey out of you. I love you, Dr. Zayas. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for watching Soundbooth Theater Live. We hope you have a fantastic 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Enjoy yourselves. Don't get lost.
Come back.
Don't do